So the campaign builder is generally used for creating drip campaigns in accordance with recipient responses to emails or landing pages. Before we go into the campaign module, you'll need to convert your regular emails and landing pages into trigger assets. These documents will then become available as options to add to your campaigns. Trigger assets can only be used once, so whichever documents you do select for your campaign, they won't be available for any of the others. So what you need to do first is go into the Email Composer, landing page, or SMS module. To convert your regular emails and landing pages to trigger assets, they're done the same way. All you need to do is hover over to this lightning icon and click on it. It will then become highlighted. This indicates that the document is now a trigger asset. For SMS, it's a little bit different. When you go into the SMS module, you will need to select an existing campaign, or you can create a new one. Once you set up an SMS message, you can then set the message as a CB asset by clicking into this button here. When a dialog box appears, you want to click Yes. Once you've gone through the process of converting your regular emails and SMSs into assets, you'll now be able to go through the Campaign Builder module. In this module, you will see two different tabs, My Campaigns and All Campaigns. My Campaigns is anything that you've created or worked on, whereas All Campaigns are any active or draft campaigns created by your team. To create a new campaign, you will need to go to the New Campaign button. This will then take you to what we call a canvas. This canvas here will allow you to build a campaign builder journey. In order to start off with the journey, you'll need to drag in an email asset or landing page asset. SMS assets are used to end a campaign journey. Similar to Email Composer and landing pages, you'll be using a dragging action to pull in an email or landing page widget. Once you pull in the widget, it will generate a window allowing you to select Trigger Asset. You can then select an asset from the list and click Confirm. This has been added to your Campaign Builder canvas. The next thing you have to do is click on this plus icon here. So as you click into here, you'll be able to select your settings based on the trigger. There are 4 different types of triggers. Opened, which sends another email depending on whether the recipient opens the initial email. Unopened, which will send a trigger if the person hasn't opened an email after a certain amount of days. Clicked is based on a person's clicking activity within a document. And lastly, sent will trigger if the recipient successfully receives an email. With clicked, that's one of the most advanced options, so let's go through that one as an example. With clicked, you'll be able to send a follow-up document to recipients who have clicked in a specific email that you've specified. Here, you'll see a send time option. You can send it immediately, meaning once they've clicked into that link that you've specified, and they'll receive it immediately after. You can do it here at an hourly rate, allowing you to toggle up and down via these buttons here. You can also send it at a specific time the next day that they've clicked the link. So, if they opened it up on a Tuesday, the next day, which is a Wednesday in this case, they will be sent an email at the specified time. Underneath that, you can also specify a specific time that you want to send this out. It can be a week later at 12:30 and they'll receive another email. Underneath is where you'll be able to select your list of triggering links within your document. If I click into this, it'll bring up my document and all the links embedded in my document should be underlined in blue as so. To select your triggering links, you'll just click into it and they will appear on the left-hand side under Selected Links. Then you'll click Apply. Once you've applied those links, anyone who clicks those links will then be sent a trigger email. There's also an option to add conditions. Conditions will only send triggers to recipients with a certain field specified. For example, if I want to restrict this email to be sent to only people from Swift Digital, I can select Company. In the operators, I'll select Contains, and then for value, I will populate it with Swift Digital. So what happens here is although recipients have clicked into the triggering links, they have to be from Swift Digital in order to receive the trigger. So once you've added in your conditions, you can then choose what type of media you'd like to send through when the email is triggered. It must either be an email or an SMS. Selecting email will allow you to link a triggering email. Otherwise, you can also select SMSs, allowing you to send out an SMS message. Here, there are two publishing types. Two-ways, which allows your recipient to reply to a mobile number, or one-way, allowing you to send a branded SMS. With emails, you can specify in your sender's name, email address, reply to email address, as well as the subject line. This works similar to the publishing wizard in Email Composer. Once you click confirm, that will confirm your settings, and what you need to do here is drag in another widget from the left-hand side. Because I've chosen email, I've got to select email, and I'll select the document called Campaign Builder 2. Then I'm going to click confirm. What I want to do now is actually click into the setting for the first asset and drag it through into the second asset. So what I want to do now is just lock that onto this mail icon and make sure that it's coming through. The arrow now will indicate to users that the two assets have been linked together. So once you've linked both assets together, what I can do now is apply a trigger setting for the second asset. Again, clicking into the plus icon as I did before, I'll select a simple trigger setting such as opened, and now I want to select the send time at 1 hour. This trigger setting will send after the person has opened this email. It will either be an email or SMS, depending on which media I select later on. I'm going to select SMS in this case, and I'm going to select one branded and brand it as SD. Next, I'll need to drag in an SMS widget because I've selected SMS for this particular trigger. So I'll drag that in, drop it down, and I'm going to select this campaign here. Once clicking confirm, the SMS has been added to the canvas. What I'll do now is just link the second asset with the SMS asset. All you need to do now is the same thing as before and drag that through. You can now see that the asset has been linked to the SMS. So once someone has opened this email, an hour later, they'll receive this SMS message. So to recap the journey of this particular campaign, when somebody clicks into any of the specified links here, they'll be sent an email on this date. Once they've been sent that second email, if the recipients have opened the email, they'll be sent an SMS here. So this is in essence how the campaign builder works. And once you're happy with that journey, that flow, what you need to do is click Save. Clicking into Save, you'll then title your campaign. I might just call this SD Training Campaign. The date that you have set is generally the date that you have published the first document. So you have to publish the first document in order for the campaign to actually run. So ensure you publish it before your campaign's active date. Once you've done that, select a start date. Leave the end date if you want this campaign to run forever. Otherwise, you can put in an end date and select when this campaign will cease. In the description, you can add a description in there if necessary, but this section isn't compulsory. Once you click Save, your campaign will be activated on that date. Going into the Campaign Builder homepage, you can see all campaigns, and you can actually see your campaign which has just been created. You can sort through them by start time or any of the header fields at the top here. The tick beside the campaign confirms that this campaign is active, whereas if I see an X, the campaign has finished.